I'll call this meeting to order. This is the Tuesday, the 30th of April, 2024, and we're here to discuss and consider 2024 tax exemption applications pursuant to Idaho Code 63602 for the following. The prayer station, have you reviewed that?
Yes.
Do we have any comments on that one?
I don't.
It looks like they hold services there, and it's a food bank, so I would grant the application for exemption.
Okay. That's your motion.
That's my motion.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry,
I'll
motion
second.
to grant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All
there's
in
a
favor?
rented house on the parcel.
Oh, is there a little? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know what this year's status. I'm basing that on last year's.
Okay.
This was one that we tabled before for that reason.
Yeah.
And do we know if the house has been rented?
What did they put on their application? I don't have any idea.
Okay, so
What?
213 4th Street is a residence also owned by United Methodist, but not part of this application.
Yeah.
It is on the same parcel of land in our system. The church, part of the land, and the parsonage is all on the same one. The house and the parcel land has been rented in the past.
And we did a partial.
Last year, correct.
Okay.
And the year
Okay.
before.
Okay, so we'll do a partial this year. That would be
Same as we did.
I should have asked you before that, but I'll go ahead and strike the motion and amend it.
Okay.
To give them the same exemption as they had last year, the partial.
Okay.
And I'll second.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll make sure
Got that part.
you come in on before I. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry.
And that was for prayer station, and they will have the same exemption as they had last year. Okay, the Masonic Lodge. And I'll go to you first. Assessor's office. Do you have anything on
This
that
was
one?
tabled already this year, and last year, the basement and the upper floor was exempt, not the middle, main, or ground floor.
Okay.
That was last year.
And I didn't have any luck reaching anybody on that. So I know we had questions about how much they were actually renting out.
Yeah, because if they're renting out part of it, then they do not get a tax exemption if they rent it out publicly. So.
There's a business in it right now,
Okay.
but
So-
I don't know what they occupy because I haven't ever asked.
Okay.
That's why we tabled it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you
And
weren't able to get a hold of
This
them.
is one of them I wasn't able to get
Okay.
through to.
So I can see we can give them the same as they had last year, the 60. What was the percentage?
It wasn't a percentage because some of the floors can be different. So it was the
Actual footage.
2 years ago, it was the upper floor only. Last year, it was the upper floor and the basement.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna mark it to follow up on for next year for sure.
Okay.
See where we're at, but
So you want to do a motion on that?
yeah, I'll motion to exempt what we did last year and the partial non-exempt for what was rented.
Okay. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the next one is the Church of Christ. And it looks like
Where's that one at?
the Church of Christ. I have. This one. Do you have anything on that one?
It's in
I'm not-
Pinehurst. Okay.
yeah, it's 502 South Division in Pinehurst. I'm not aware of anything different.
Okay. And it is a church.
It is a church in their parking lot.
Okay. All right. Yeah, being it's a church in a parking lot, I think we can give them their exemption.
Okay.
You agree?
Yeah, agree.
I'll motion to for the exemption, same exemption they had last year.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Emmanuel Lutheran Church. Can you get me on that one?
I am not aware of anything different. It's 124 Terra Loop in Mullan.
Okay. Do you have anything on that one?
No.
Okay. Okay, let's.
I'll move to accept the exemption application for the Emmanuel Lutheran Church in Mullan.
Okay, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, Prichard Murray Fire Department.
Okay. So those came up, and I did look them up online, and because they are a volunteer and 503c, they will automatically qualify.
So they do not have to apply each
Right.
Yep.
year. Okay.
I even had printed it out, but if I looked it up online and they are registered under the 503c, we can look
Okay,
those
so
up
we
to
can
see
just
if they're
remove
there.
them from our list. That'll be way easier.
Okay.
So there's two under Murray Fire Department. There's one under Prichard Volunteer Fire Department, and there's one under St. Joe Fire Department.
Okay.
That one's not on the list though. The St. Joe one is not, but it would fall in the same category.
Yeah. That's what I pulled up on the website. So.
Okay. Okay. You just want to see that?
Although I would follow up and make sure they stay registered on the 501c3.
Okay. Good. Is this something you need back or do you want
No,
me to keep it?
yeah.
If you want,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so we'll just go ahead and approve. I'll do a motion to approve the Prichard Murray Fire Department. And that was the only one that we had on listed here. So
Yeah.
all motion to
Okay.
approve it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that was approved. Okay, now we have Our Savior Lutheran Church, and it is South Division Street in Pinehurst. And it looks like there's two. Do we have any?
There's three.
There's three. Oh, there is three. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I am not aware of anything different. The church is 15 South Division. The one parcel is the parking lot, and the third parcel is 103 Woodland Drive, and it's the parsonage.
Parsonage, yeah.
Okay. Right, and they're using it as a parsonage.
I do not know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pastor lives in there.
Okay.
I'll move to approve
All three of them.
all three parcels on the Lutheran.
Okay. I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next one is Shoshone County Sportsmen Access. And they are a 503c nonprofit.
Yeah, and then pretty sure they've been the same. I don't think any changes have been made on that.
I'm not aware of any changes. It's the fish hatchery in Mullan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of Mullan. I'm not aware of anything.
You want to do a motion?
I'll motion to accept the exempt applications for the Shoshone County Sportsmen Association.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that one's approved. Next one is St. Vincent's de Paul Salvage Bureau. And that's the one here in Osborne.
Osborne, yeah. And I don't see any problems with that.
I'm not aware of anything different.
Yeah. I'll motion to approve the St. Vincent de Paul parcels.
Okay, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that one carries. Okay, the Upper Columbia Corporation of SDA Mission Society. same as above Osborne Church. 114 North 5th Street, Osborne. It looks like there's one. Do you have anything on that one?
I'm not aware of anything different. It's the church in the parking lot.
Okay. Did you have any
Okay.
other notes?
No.
Okay.
I'll motion to approve the tax exempt application.
Okay, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that motion carries. Okay, the Lutheran Ministries.
Okay. Those are the ones that we had tabled. And all of our extensive work and questions with the prosecutor. Last year we did there's several of them here, so, right?
Yes.
This is the Lutherhaven up there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and this is one that the Supreme Court decision out of 1972, and it was in Kootenai County. And they basically said that places like the Boy Scouts of America, YMCA, charitable and social betterment organization have required real estate and summer camps. And then it goes on to tell that they get their exemptions. And it says the real property utilized by religious organizations for summer encampments, such as the case at Bar in Upper Columbia, should be exempt from all Valerum taxes, since all activities conducted therein, although in some aspects charitable and in some aspects educational, are nevertheless directly related to religious purposes for groups and organizations. I think that takes care of our concern on.
And that doesn't pertain to if it's being rented out to something.
Well, if
that
it's
doesn't
rented
fall
out,
into that
if it's
category.
rented out, they'd have to be rented out to.
It does, yeah. So, for example, they do have a location in Osborne, which she called because she failed to turn an application, but it's also being rented out, so it disqualifies from
Yes.
the
So that
big tax
if they're
exemption.
renting it out for money, but if they're renting it out and it's going and the money's coming in and going to the charitable organization in that aspect, but if it's making money and like for public, then it's not getting an exemption.
So,
They're, with churches, other churches will help pay, for the upkeep of it, and so I think that's what this is talking about.
so it says, yeah, such religious limited liability company, corporation, or society uses the entirety of such property for business or commercial purposes from which a revenue is derived.
Yeah.
They do not qualify.
Yep.
It will be assessed.
So in the case of the Osborne one, where the application was not turned in, what are we doing?
Even if it was, it would be 9 because they are renting it as commercial use for the gymnastics.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the portion that she said to me on the phone that they were holding?
I guess we'll address that if she fills it out next year.
Okay, so this year it would
The whole thing's going to be
assessed.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that's Lutherhaven. The next one, we need to. Yeah. Okay.
We have 3 of them here.
3 of them.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So 765 McPherson Lane. That's that one big treat area, right?
It is.
Okay. And that was the one I was going to exclude, but after our discoveries that we cannot, so I'm going to go ahead and accept the application for
Okay.
tax exemption on parcel ending in 1400.
Okay. But now they have another one, and actually 2 more, and then they turned in an application for a parcel that it's not last year it was denied. So the parcel number that they've given you.
So there's parcel number ending in 1500, which
Mhm.
has the nice cabin and 2 sheds on, and that they use for retreats.
Mhm.
And so that as well as going to be tax exempt under the religious.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. And then the parcel ending in 1300, which is the heavily treed, big acreage area,
Mhm.
right?
Not big, really small.
That's a really small one?
And it's
Okay.
it's not next to these others. It's
Okay, that's one off, and that's the one last year that we denied.
correct.
Okay, and I can see. We denied it last year and it was okay. But how big is it? Do they know?
0.91 acres.
0.91 acres?
Yeah.
Okay. I can, and it's not connected at all with the other ones, and is it a completely different location?
Yeah.
Okay.
Down the road.
Have you talked to them? Do they say they use it as a, has anybody talked to say they used it as?
I know Terry
said
had,
nothing.
Yeah.
or is that the one they weren't even aware of?
She wasn't even aware of it. She didn't even know that it belonged to them.
So
Okay, so that basically.
I'm going to be okay with.
Yeah, I'll be okay with it. So they don't even know. So basically they're saying they don't know about it, and then so they're
when
not using it.
when she was on the phone to me, and I had her go to the map,
Mm-hmm.
and so I showed her where the piece was, and her comment to me was she didn't even know the phone number.
We'll just go ahead and I think we can do what we did last year.
And go ahead and assess it.
Assess it,
Okay.
and then move forward.
It is currently assessed because of last year anyway.
Okay.
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 But that application number ended in 1300.
1300, yeah.
Right. And,
Look at this
and they
year's.
actually turned it in.
Right. And then she had crossed. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And then we have the 7900 ending,
Correct.
and that's the actual where they have buildings and
Yes.
a lot of the main camping area. Or
Yeah, what we call the Shoshone base camp.
yes,
Yeah.
then that one I would give the full exemption.
Okay. All right. So just basically do the same as we did last year.
Correct.
Okay. You want to do a motion on that?
Yes. Do you need me to name them individually or just motion that we're going to do the same as last year?
That you can just motion. I know which ones
Okay. I'll motion to
they are.
approve the applications except for parcel ending in 1300 that we will deny as we did last year.
Okay. I'll second it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now we go to Solomon Foundation. And that's the one I reviewed yesterday. They do, it is for religious purposes. They provided us with their income and expense, showing that everything that they get in is for charity, and I would think this would fall under the 1972 Supreme Court decision. I don't think we would have anything on that one.
Yeah. I've spent a couple days as well and talking with legal, and unfortunately with all that land.
Okay, so There's 3 of them, right?
Yes.
There is, and they were all valued last year because they did not turn application in.
Okay.
So that's why.
And that's why this
Yes.
This came out.
3 thick application with all the documents, they made sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
They did do their due diligence this time.
That file, so.
Okay. So you want to do a motion on those?
Yeah. I'll motion to accept the 3 applications for the Solomon Foundation.
Okay.
Can we repeat the last, make sure
Uh-huh.
the last numbers?
So I have 2400 ending parcel number, 4250, and 3700.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That is our last one. Any other questions? Any other concerns? No? Okay. Meeting adjourned. Right. That's quick.